Hey guys, welcome back, and today I'm going to be showing you a Crusadia deck profile in Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. Yes, because right now I do not have the cards in hand, which I'm missing. I actually ordered them, and I don't want to wait. I have the application here, and I was like, why not just do it? It's the same thing. I know it's not for people to say because, oh, you didn't spend money for the cards and all that stuff, and you're not authentic, you're not real, you're not original. It's the same thing. I'm just trying to show you the deck profile, and I will make the actual deck profile when I get the cards. But this is right now, a for now deck profile. And if you hear a noise in the background, it's my fan. Right now, my air conditioner is broken. I gotta get a new one. So hey, don't hate me. It broke. I gotta get a new one, a brand new one, and I already spent a lot of money. So yeah. I will tell you the card choices of this and the prices of each cards. If I recall, the ones are the pricey ones, and if I don't say the price, means that it's really affordable to get. So first off, we have here Crusadia Maximus. You're running 3 copies of him. He will be your your first easygoing for the game. Obviously, you normal summon him, and you summon other of your Crusadia monsters. And his effect rates, you can special summon this card from your hand, and to a link in the fence position, and to a link zone that that card is pointed to in the fence position. You can target one Crusadia link monster on the field. Its attack becomes double of its original attack, and the other monsters and the main other monsters cannot attack except for the Crusadia link monster that you targeted with. So pretty much it will increase Equinox's attack double, so it becomes a crazy monster to kill. Next up, we're running 3 copies of Crusadia Draco. Now Crusadia Draco is your I forget the card name that it helps you return cards back from the graveyard to the hand, pretty much. But this is for Crusadia. It reads same as all Crusadia monsters must be special summoned from the hand to a link zone that is pointed to in the fence position. It reads that when it's special summon, you can add one Crusadia monster from your graveyard except Crusadia Draco and add it to the hand. Simple as that, and this one will help you to add back Maximus. Simple, so you can special summon him, add Maximus, and do your crazy stuff. Next up, we're running 3 copies of Crusadia Leonos, or Lion, Lioness, I think that's how it is. But he has the same effect as all the Crusadias, but it reads, if if that Crusadia Link monster attacks in the fence position, monster, it does piercing damage. So what I'm saying is that when Crusadia Lioness is special summoned to a link zone, that link monster that attacks can attack when it attacks a defense position monster, does piercing damage. That's it. That's pretty much it. Then we have our Crusadia Arborea. Now this card is like a return of the Dragon Lord. Pretty much, it's a return of the Dragon Lord. She doesn't have anything special when when she's summoned, but it's when it's the graveyard. Like all the Crusadias, it has the same special summoning condition. Has to be special summoned to a link zone that is pointing to. And then if a Crusadia monster will be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you banish Arborea, it doesn't get destroyed. Pretty much a return of the Dragon Lords. Simple as that. And you're playing 3 copies. Basically, you're basically one of your best Crusadia monsters of all time. Then we have Crusadia Regulus. Now, Regulus, it will help you for breaking stuff in the board, in your opponent's board. Now, it has the same thing when it's special summon to a link position, it triggers its effect. It says here you can target one Crusadia card from you control and one card from your opponent's control, destroy both of those cards, and you can do this once per turn. That's it. It helps you destroy cards in the field. It does target, so that's the little downside, but it's okay. So we're playing 3 copies of each Crusadia monster in the deck overall. Now, for the other cards that I'm using for the Crusadia World Legacy, what it is, we are running 2 copies of World Legacy, World Crown. Now, World Crown helps you with more of your destructions for your opponent. You can special summon this card where Link Monster is pointed to. This helps you with more of your Equinox plays. It reads that If your opponent activates a monster effect that's from the extra deck, you can tribute him and negate and destroy that card. Pretty much, it's a pretty good negate. I'm running 2, not 3. 2 is it's a great card right now, so pretty much it's in. Next up for the hand trap, we're running 2 Ash Blossoms. I'm not running 3. 3 is a little bit too much. And yes, I know people aren't saying, why Ash? Well, Ash is a meta card right now. Shadows in Valhalla is coming out this week, I think, or next week. I do not know how my locals are getting it. And right now, this card is standing at $17, the super rare, and the ultra rare is at $27, and the secret rare is at $37. So I recommend, if you can see Ash Blossom at $10, get the playset for $30 and you're golden. Because if you get them for $17 each, you're spending more money than you think. Right now, this should be, right now, Ash Blossom in Super Rare should be the least expensive of all. But I'm hoping that people don't crank up the prices because people are sometimes stupid. No offense. Next up, we one Rescue Cat. Rescue Cat will help you with the Naturia Beast summon, because it reads you can special summon 2 level 3 or lower beast monsters. Obviously, you can special summon here Leo, and this new card we're using, this is my a little card that I'm using, is Valermafa, Mystical Beast of the Forest. Now it reads you can discard 1 card, then target a level 2 or lower beast monster in the graveyard, special summon it in attack position or defense position, and you can only do this once per turn. This actually helps you with, you know, getting another lion in Leo in the field, so you can do your Natura Beast or whatever you want to do. Synchro plays, any kind of synchro play you want to do, pretty much. A little small synchro, but overall it's a strong. Now I'm using a Kaiju engine. We're using 1 Gamma Seal, we're using 1 Dogoran, and we're using 1 Thunder King Lightning Striker. Now pretty much, I know people are running Gamma Seal at 3 at this deck, but I'd rather play 3 different Kaijus because I can Kaiju him, and I can get a Kaiju and destroy his stuff like that. Pretty much. So that's all about the monsters right now. And right now, Gamma Seal, the most cheapest one is at $4. So get the $4 one. Dogoran is at $1 or $2, give or take. And Lightning Strike, Thunder King, is at $4 or $3, give or take. That's how I think that's how much it is. But overall, it's a decent way to get these Kaijus now. They're cheaper sometimes in a way. But I think Gamma Seal is the most expensive one of all, if you want a full rarity ones. But yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much the monster set. So for the spells, we're running 3 Crusadia Power. Crusadia Power is a quick play. This card says target 1 Crusadia monster you control. That Crusadia monster is unaffected by card effect this turn except its own. You can only activate this one Crusadia Power once per turn. Now this will help you protect Equinox from negations or stuff that could destroy Equinox or be negating its effect. Overall, this is a good card because you can do this at your plays, or either way, whatever, like that. But it's good. It's a good card, and I love it. And 3 is enough because you can search this out with the link monsters and all that stuff. But overall, it's a great card. Next up, we're playing 3 Cold by the Graves. It's an anti-hand trap thing. Everybody has to. I guarantee everybody's playing 2 to 3 copies of Cold by the Grave because negation of hand traps is essential because we have to negate Drooling Lotbird, Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, and the other girl, which I forget her name, the gotcha, the little gotcha that negates the special summon of the graveyard, which I do not see a lot of people playing that card. I see it a lot in the side deck, and I do not see it at all. But yeah, 3 copies of that. Then we're playing 3 copies of Sky Striker, Mecha, Hornet drones. Now it's a +1 token, pretty much. It helps you with the +1 tokens. You special summon 1 token if you have no monsters in the field, and you do some link plays over and over and over. So they're free. It's a free 1 token. It's not like Scapegoat. Scapegoat gives you 4 tokens, but you can do your special or overall your special summon overall. But yeah, I prefer this. If you want to run Scapegoat, that's fine for you. But remember, you have to wait until your opponent's end of the turn to do that stuff. But yeah. it's alright with them. And for the 2 copies we're running 2 World Legacy Succession. Now this is the most generic special summon for whatever. It's basically a Monster Reborn, but with the link zones pointing to. Target 1 monster in the graveyard, special summon to your opponent to your link zone points to. You can only activate this once per turn. World Legacy Succession once per turn, obviously. So pretty much it can help you return back any of your any of your monsters back to a link zone that is pointed to. It's basically a Monster Reborn. That's all. And this card right now is set standing to $8 to $10. This card is raising price because now we're more deeper into the link era, and links the link markers are so important right now. This will help so many decks who uses link monsters. In my opinion, that's my opinion. Everybody has their opinion overall. Next up, 2 Pot of Desires. It's Pot of Desires. Banish 10, get 2 cards. That's all it does. Obviously, I'm against sometimes split Pot of Desires, but it does the job sometimes. You need those 2 extra cards for play overall. Now, for the 1 copies, we're running 1 Kaiju Slumber, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Crusadia Revival. Now, Crusadia Revival is an interesting field spell, and it's searchable. Don't get me wrong, it's searchable with your Crusadia link monsters. It reads all your Crusadia monsters in the field gain 500 of attack. Once per turn, you can target 1 Crusadia link monster you control this turn. Even if this card leaves the field, even if they do Twin Twister, it will still gain this power, which is it can attack all your opponent's monster it controls once each. Also, other monsters you control cannot attack. Basically, if your opponent uses Twin Twister and you already activated this, Equinox will have to attack all of your opponent's monsters. That's it, pretty much. And we're running 1 trap, and it's Crusadia Vanguard. Now, Vanguard helps you with getting out Crusadia Reckless, because you do destruction. Now, you only activate this once, and that's it. Aries, when you activate this card, you can also tribute 1 Crusadia or World Legacy monster. If you did special summon 1 Crusadia or World Legacy monster with a different name, with a different name or original name, whatever, from the deck or graveyard, while you control a Crusadia link monster. Your opponent's monsters, your control Crusadia monster. Your opponent's monster can only target link monsters for attack. You can only activate this once per turn. So pretty much you're doing is special summoning him. When you special summon him, destroy this card so you can destroy the other card of your opponent. Pretty much. That's it. Now that's the main deck of this. Now it's a fun deck to play, obviously, to do OTKs. Now for the extra deck, we're running 3 copies of Crusadia Magus. Now Magus is one of my favorite of all the Crusadia links. Now it reads, it requires 1 Crusadia monster except Crusadia's Magus. Gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster this card points to. The monster this card points to cannot attack if an effect monster is special summoned to this link zone this card points to, except during the damage step. You can add 1 Crusadia monster from your deck to the hand, except only you can use this effect of Crusadia Magus once per turn. So pretty much it will search out for any of your Crusadia monsters, whichever you want. And also because you can trigger this effect plus any of Draco, Leo, or any of your other Crusadia monsters, you can trigger them as well when they're specials on them. So that's pretty cool. Next up, for the 2 copies, we're running 2 Crusadia Regulus. Now, Regulus is one of my favorites. Favorite, and Magus is one of my all-time love of the Crusadia monsters. It requires 2 effect monsters, including 1 Crusadia monster. Gains attack equal to the combined original attack of all monsters this card points to. Monster this card points to cannot attack if an effect monster is special summoned to the zone this card points to, except for in the damage step. You can add 1 Crusadia spell or trap card from the deck and add it to the hand. So pretty much it will search for your spells and trap cards. Magus does for your monsters, Regulus for your spell and trap cards. Now, Regulus reminds me of the monster that the girl had in 5Ds that was, for Ancient Fairy Dragon. Now, when Regulus was normal summon or special summon or was destroyed, you could add a field spell to your from your deck to your hand. This is what it reminds me, but instead it's with your spells / trap cards. So yeah, 2 copies of that. Next up, we're running 2 copies of Crusadia Equinox. Now this is your boss monster of the deck, and he will win you the games overall. Your point is to get to Equinox and just do the most damage that you can in that one turn. That's it. Now it reads, it requires 2+ effect monsters, including 1 link monster gains attack equal to the combined original attack of all monsters this card points to, not yours. All of the monsters that it points to. Once per turn, quick effect. You contribute 1 Crusadia or World Legacy monster this card points to, then target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and negate it until the end of the turn. Now, on the top of the effect, when it finished on the cannot attack, this is still a generic link monster. When we're at the last effect, which is once per turn quick effect, this quick effect you have to tribute a World Legacy or a Crusader. That is more technical, but still it is kind of a generic Link 3 monster, and it's a really good one, and it's a Cybers, meaning that you can special summon this easily. Now this is one of your strongest boss monsters, because when you do one thing you have to do is place also the Kaiju. It could be Gamma Seal, it could be Dogoron or Thunder King, close to the link zone where Equinox is, so he can gain that additional attack. So it's crazy overall. Next up, we're playing 1 Nightmare Phoenix and 1 Nightmare Cerberus. Everybody knows what they do. When these cards are link summoned, you can discard 1 card, target a spell, a monster. You can target a monster and destroy it. And Phoenix does the same, but spells and trap cards. And when they're co-linked, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle, and this one is monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. So pretty much that's how it is. They're really good. They're a staple right now using these 2. Overall, if you have the chance to co-link these cards, you're gamed. And next up, we're running 1 Hayate and 1 Kagari. Now Hayate, what she does is she attacks directly. That's all what she does. And what she does is, when after the battle that calculation is done, you can send 1 Sky Striker card from your deck to your graveyard. Obviously, we're not trying to do that. We're trying to use only her attack for direct attack, and also for her link marker, which is down, which is good. Then we have 1 Kagari. Now Kagari, which helps you with recycling your Hornets, which is good. Says here, you can target, if this card is special, you can target 1 Sky Striker spell card from your graveyard, add it to the hand. This card gains 100 for each spell card in your graveyard. You can only use this special summon of Sky Strikers once per turn. Pretty much that's how it is. And yeah, these are the best Sky Striker Links monsters in the game. But overall, then we're running 1 Link Karibo. Obviously, because the Hornet drones are level 1, so you can special summon Link Karibo and do some crazy plays. You can get out Nightmare Cerberus or Nightmare Phoenix, so you can add the co-link power, which is good. And obviously, you can tribute Link Karibo and do his effect, etc., and pretty much how it is. That's pretty much. Then for the last Link monster, we're running 1 Topological Gumblar Dragon. Now this card's a fuck. Now this is a freaking beast, man. I almost said a bad word. Oh my god, I didn't want to say a bad word. Now this card is a beast. It requires 2 effect monsters. If another monster is special summoned to a zone a link monster points to, well, this card is in the field. Discard 2 random cards. Then your opponent discards the same amount of numbers during your main phase. If this card is extra link summon and your opponent has at least 1 card in their hand, you can make your opponent discard 1 or 2 cards, whichever is the highest. Then if they have no more cards in the hand, inflict 3,000 damage to your opponent. You can only use this effect once per turn. Now this is good, so when your opponent doesn't have that much cards, you special summon him and you use your crazy plays, whatever you want. And last up, for the extra, that we're running 1 Naturia Beast. Obviously, this is to negate the spell cards. This is where a lot of things are coming to play here. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a spell card, you can activate this effect. Send 2 cards from the deck to the graveyard. Negate the activation. And if you do destroy them, my bad. The top of the 2 cards, my bad. And pretty much this is a +1 negation overall. And then we have here F.A. Dawn Dragster. Now this is something I've been practicing with. Now it reads, it gains equal attack of the level of this card attacks a defensive decision monster. Inflicts piercing damage overall. Each time an FA card increases this card's level by 1 once per turn. When your opponent activates a spell card or trap card, quick effect, you can reduce this card to the level by 2, negate the activation, and destroy. Now this is actually pretty good because I'm using this for the quick effect overall. Meaning that I have a total of 7. It has 7 levels, so meaning that I have a total of 3 negations. Pretty good. It's pretty good. 3 negations, not bad. You get 3 free negations, reducing the scarf by 2 overall. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna talk about the side that this is just me babbling about stuff here. But overall, this is what I played, and it actually is fun, and I played it, and it works well against other decks and all that stuff. When I get the full physical deck, or the cards that I'm missing, I will do another deck profile to show you the full-on deck in action and all that stuff, whatever. But overall, I will try to do the best not to use that much Yugioh Pro to do the deck profiles. I know not a lot of people like people using Yugioh Pro to do the deck profiles, but it was the cheapest way I could do it, and also I didn't want it to wait that long for the cards to come in. I really wanted to make a video for the fun of it. That's all. I'm doing this for the fun of this. I love doing this. I'm not doing this for, to get noticed. I'm just doing this for, hey, if you like my videos, I'm glad. I'm just trying to make something fun. If you don't like something fun and you are just babbling about competitive stuff, then go to Team Samurai. He's good at competitive stuff. Or Simon, he knows about competitive stuff. Or Farfa, they know stuff for competitive stuff. I'm not doing anything for competitive. I'm just doing this for fun. If you're not okay with this deck, then fine. Make your own choices of how you want to make this deck. Your choices, your opinion, that's your stuff. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.